Welcome to One America News. We are at the Republican Convention in Milwaukee, and we are with two live, living, breathing delegates fresh from the floor of the convention, all the hubbub. And here they are, Laine Lansing and Greg Lansing. They're both from California, from the San Diego area. And Laine, I want to ask you, why in the world would you come all this way, spend all this money to stand out here in the heat of Milwaukee at a place like this?
Because it's history in the making, and I'm so grateful and honored to be a part of this delegation of California to support and vote in our next president, 47, Donald J. Trump.
Donald J. Trump. Greg, I assume you guys were on the floor during the big speech, the J.D. Vance speech. Give us a little bit of the vibe. What was going on?
Oh, it was electric. Not quite as electric as when President Trump walks in the room, but J.D. Vance had a very warm welcome. I think everyone is very excited about him as the vice president. He shares the same policies and values that President Trump does, and that we all are here fighting for. So we're really excited, and the people on the floor are really excited as well.
Of course, tonight the big event is the speech. What are your expectations for Mr. Trump's speech? He said that he was going to rip up his old speech, presumably had it written down. After Butler, Pennsylvania, the events there. And it seems like, I mean, just watching, and you guys are probably closer than I am, but way up in the rafters, he seems somehow, perhaps, I have heard people say this, other delegates say he seems more serene.
I would probably agree with that. Also, I think, as he walks in, I think most of the people in the arena are pretty much holding back tears with the thought of what could have been. And I think a lot of that spreads throughout his family and probably even he himself. He looks very thoughtful in terms of holding back tears almost, if you will. And that's normal, right? I mean, I know I've had some near-death experiences, and afterwards you do not feel the same. You
look at things a little differently.
You definitely look at things.
Laine, what are your expectations for his speech?
I'm looking personally for the First Lady. I'm excited to see her and hear her again. I believe she did a great job the last time, back in 2016. And of course, with President Donald J. Trump, 47, I think he's going to blow us all away, and we'll probably all lose our voice by the end of this convention.
Well, Greg, it's interesting because I've talked to a lot of people here. I was just talking to Lee Zeldin, a former congressman from New York, about New York. Of course, Mr. Trump had that famous rally in the South Bronx. And he was saying that, there's a lot of talk about turning a place like New York turning it red, a solid place blue, turning it red, New York State. What about California? Is there any chance in the world that Donald Trump could potentially flip California of all places? I keep hearing rumors and innuendo. What's the scuttlebutt within the delegation on the floor?
Well, we all know that would be a long shot. Unfortunately, California has been blue for quite a while, and really a lot of folks are just indoctrinated to vote Democrat regardless. We're always optimistic. We've been doing this for a number of years, being involved in the politics, and listen, we're optimistic because of the enthusiasm for President Trump and the party as a whole, and the unification of the party that we haven't seen in a long time. And so we're optimistic. We're hoping that people get out and vote, and we're luring the independents, which we're doing a good job of. But we also would like to lure a lot of Democrats because California has a majority of Democrats. But listen, they're not all what I call crazies, okay? I mean, the Democrat Party has been hijacked by the extreme left, and that's unfortunately gone across the whole country. I mean, look at open borders, the sanctuary cities that we have. These are real consequences. People dying from drugs that come across our border, people dying from criminals that come across our border. That affects Democrats and everybody else. So we believe there's a lot of Democrats who will share our thoughts on this.
Is there a chance, I know in the San Diego area you have one or two congressional districts that are kind of swing districts. Is there any chance that having a strong top of the ticket, maybe with Mr. Trump, could potentially swing a couple of those districts in your area, congressional districts, red instead of blue, which is what they are currently?
again, we think that is very possible. We've been a big supporter of Matt Gunderson, who's running for the 49th, which is North San Diego County.
That was the close one, right?
That was very close last time, and we think this time, last time was a guy named Brian Marriott, who did a great job, great candidate. This time we have Matt Gunderson, great candidate, and Mike Levin, who's the current Democrat congressman there. He's kind of a rubber stamp for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's agenda. And again, that agenda is not going well for anybody. It doesn't matter which side of the aisle you're on. So again, we're optimistic. That race has been designated pretty close, and we think we just need a few percentage to come over to the right side here and vote for things, because we need to turn California around, turn the country back on track, and we're working hard to do that.
Laine Lansing, when you go back to California, what will be the lingering memory of Milwaukee for you?
Oh, so many. First thing comes to mind is the beautiful 98-year-old veteran, how amazing, alert, in tune he is. And then I think back, not to be offensive to Biden, but he doesn't have that mindset right now. And that's unfortunate for us in the United States. Other than that, Sarah Huckabee's speech, amazing, beautiful. I see a future with her, and I'm a fan. Sarah Huckabee.
You're a fan.
I'm a fan of Sarah Huckabee.
We can put you down as a fan.
Yes.
Perhaps insight into the future. Who knows?
I hope so.
Well, very good. Thank you for sitting down with us and spending some time on One American News. Two live, authentic delegates, members of the California delegation, fresh from the floor of the convention here at the RNC in beautiful downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thank you both for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Yep.